We are live. What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, and I am back. You are back. Together, we are back for another day. It is Friday, Protected Play Friday, Flex Friday, end of the week Friday, Payday Friday, whatever you want to call it, it's here. First of the month Friday. How about that? Channel your inner thuggish, ruggish bone. First of the month. March 1st, 2024. Welcome to another Player Prop Talk here on the channel. Appreciate you being here. Hope this finds you doing well and in good spirits. If you are new here, welcome. If it's your first time here, welcome. If not, then welcome back. Hit that like button on your way in. Truly appreciate that. Helps the channel get bigger every single day. You'll hear me say that throughout the stream as a gentle nudge, friendly reminder to hit that like button. We got a lot to go through in today's stream. We got plays of the day, turds of the day. Lots of turds of the day. Yesterday was probably one of the worst nights in my player prop experience. Probably the worst night this season so far, this year, since January 1st. Bad night. We'll get into that. We got plays to talk about. We got injury news. Shameless plugs, promotions, and links. Let's link up. And your Q&A, as always. You drive the chat. Appreciate you all being here. 9 on the stream right now. Let's get it popping. Let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. As I've been doing over the last few streams or so, I'm going to open up with this. You should know it by now if you're new to the channel. If you're looking for a reason to be happy, if you're looking for a reason to be thankful, just know over 10% of the U.S. population does not wake up. They don't get a chance to even take a sip of water. They damn sure don't get the chance to jump on YouTube and hang out with me for a few minutes out of their morning. So you are blessed. You are in that 90%. Let's stay in that 90%. Let's stay in that 90% for as long as we possibly can. Hashtag blessed. All right. Moving in so smoothly, so flawlessly into our turd of the day. There's my turd of the day. Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma goes under points and goes over rebounds. Flip it the other way, man. I need you to get 22 points. Stay under your rebounds. He went out and got himself 10 boards and only scored 20 points in an overtime thriller between the Wizards and the Lakers. We talked about how the Lakers could possibly sleepwalk through this game after coming off that nice win against the Clippers. Bit of a drop-off game, and yeah, it showed. No reason they should have allowed an overtime game with the worst team in the NBA, yet that's what happened. So Kyle Kuzma is my turd of the day. Big turd of the day. What's going on, Carrie? Good morning. First one in the chat. Thank you for being here. JR, what is going on? Hashtag blessed. Indeed. Big icy grand Friday. Jim the Judge, good morning. Salute and blessings to you as well. Dewan Mitchell, what's going on, Dewan? Paris Black, what's up? Daniel, good morning. GMAC, what is going on? We got a lot of turds. Let's go from the ground up. Turd of the day for JR. Kuz killed me twice. Yep. Deontay, what's going on? Good morning. Jim says his turd is Dame time. Didn't have enough time to get his Dame time, ran out of time. He needs a new Cartier watch, right? What else we got? I thought I saw another turd in there. Let me scroll back through. So we got Dame time, Crowder. There it is, GMAC, Crowder from yesterday. Dude, Crowder, his rebounds, and those rebounds were very popular yesterday. He forgot that he was supposed to go over his prop. Nobody told him. Nobody told him, man. 2 rebounds on the day, 4 points on the day. Pretty forgettable performance from Jay Crowder. Hey, listen, the Hornets kept it close. We talked about that home court advantage, right? They got beat, but they only got beat by 12 versus the 38 the other night. So the home court really swayed that outcome. I don't know if anybody took the money line on that game, but Probably a little closer than you wanted it to be. Roman family, what is going on? Good morning. Yeah, Kuz is my turd of the day, no doubt. Not even a doubt, not even a question. Kuzma. I'm sitting here thinking, out of all the slips that I played yesterday, who was the one that pissed me off the most out of all those slips? And Kuzma was there. Honorable mention, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant not getting his points and assists, and was a really close game. It wasn't like the Suns stomped Houston out. It got real tight down the stretch, and Durant just couldn't get it done. So ends the night at 30 PA. Jokic stays on the rebounds. That was nice. Claxton stays on the rebounds. That was nice. Yeah, Kuzma killed me on underdog and PrizePicks. So he definitely gets my vote for turd of the day. Roman family says underdog no longer available in Florida. Really? That sucks, Roman. Stay tuned. I got some links. I got some promo codes. If you are in a state where PrizePicks or another pick'em site is pulling their services out, stick around. I got some links, some promo codes. Maybe they'll come in handy. Maybe they won't. But the more you know. Brooke Lopez, Devin Booker. Brooke Lopez, yeah. Brooke Lopez did not show up yesterday. Devin Booker was too busy scoring to do anything else. I know one of our plays of the day on him was assist. He didn't get there. All right. This is the most turds of the day we've had in a long time. Herbert Jones, PR, and okay. Oh, those are your plays of the day. Okay, Jim. I was like, damn, Herb Jones already on the turds of the day? He hasn't even stepped on the court yet. All right. Done talking about turds. Let's get into some injury news. Appreciate y'all engaging in that in the chat. You guys are always so good. Let's talk some injury news. So injury news today looks a little like this. Available in Maxi Kleber, out the Anthony Melton, Derrick Rose, doubtful DeAndre Ayton, Luke Kennard, John Conchar, Kyle Anderson, and then a pretty good size list of Q tags here, headlined by some pretty damn good names in Luka, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Anthony Edwards, Paul Jorge, followed by Ivica Zubac, KJ Martin, Chris Boucher, Aaron Nesmith, G.G. Jackson, and Alex Caruso. Yeah, those first four names, Luka, Donovan, De'Aaron Fox, and Anthony Edwards, pretty big news there. So keep your eyes out. Man, I hope Luka plays the Dallas-Boston game. I got that circled. I want to watch that game. I hope it's a good, high-scoring, back-and-forth type of game. But I hope Luka plays. Yeah, Luka game time decision, big icy. This shit pisses me off too. All right. How many points did LeBron James score last night? Wasn't he 40 points away from 40? Is it 40,000 points he needs? Is it 40,000 points? That's the next record. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. There is a record on the horizon. LeBron James scored 31 points yesterday. He came into this game 40 away from the next milestone, and now he's 9 away. Is that correct? And that's on Saturday against the Nuggets. Yeah. That's going to be a game that draws in ratings, no doubt. 6-0, what's going on, sir? Vu, good morning to you. All right, injury news wrapped up. We just wrapped up our turds of the day. If you're just joining the stream, throw your turd of the day in the chat. The player prop that soldier slips yesterday that made you lose, that caused you heartache. Throw that in the chat. We just got through talking about ours. We just wrapped up some injury news, and we're moving on. We're keeping this show going. Hit that like button on your way in. Listen, if you happen to be in a state where PrizePicks, Underdog, whatever pick'em site you're playing on is leaving, I got you covered. I got links, just like Nate Dogg has hoes. different area codes. I got links. So listen, shameless plug, but seriously, if you are in a state where you can play books, if you are in a state where you can play actual sports books and not just pick 'em sites, consider linking up BetMGM, DraftKings, FanDuel, Bet365. All these are offering incredible promos. Bet5, get $150 in bonus bets on BetMGM, on FanDuel, on Bet365. DraftKings is giving you a no sweat first bet up to $1,000. All these links are included in my stream description. I'm going to pop into the chat and just drop this link in there as well. So if you have any interest in just checking those out, why not? Why not check those out? Why not add another way to build bankroll to your days? All right, shameless plug out the way. I got to do it. It's my stream. I got to shamelessly plug a few things. Also, pick'em sites, Jock Market, always promote Jock Market just because of the simplicity of the format. Very similar to PrizePicks. If you are, if you have a diehard allegiance to PrizePicks, loosen that up, loosen your grip a little bit. PrizePicks is the biggest show in town, but not the only show in town. Jock Market is a very comparable site that offers very good lines as well as 3 daily discounts per day. Promo code right there on the screen. 100% deposit match up to $100. Can't beat that. Cannot beat that. So there's the link. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this going. Your player prop Q&A, your questions, your props will break down. As always, all research is done through props.cash. And wouldn't you know it, I got a promo code for that one too. So thanks25 is my promo code. Save 25% off your first month on props.cash. If you've never seen props.cash before, if you've never used props.cash before, then you are in luck, because we are going to use it in real time as we do on every single live stream. You'll get to see it work in live action. Should answer any questions you have. And after seeing that, if you like it, you want to try it for yourself, I got you covered for 25% off your first month. We're getting ready to talk about some NBA plays for today, March 1st, 2024. A new month is upon us. This year is flying by. No doubt. No joke, no doubt. No doubt. This year is flying by. So yeah, let's get this going. Start putting your plays of the day or your player props that you want to check out over on PrizePicks. Now, I got a request in the Discord yesterday by a member who they requested that I talk a little bit more about underdog in the live streams. And hey, I'm always down to talk underdog. I'm always down to break down player props on different pick'em sites. You guys just let me know. In the Discord, I do have cheat sheets that I provide, and I do spread that around from PrizePicks to underdog. I try to include a little bit of everything in there. So check out the cheat sheets in the Discord, but on the live stream, whatever you guys want to talk about. If you guys want to talk about underdog, we'll break them down. Now, I know Jim, those of you in New York, maybe now Florida, who have no access to PrizePicks or very limited access to PrizePicks, maybe underdog is your next pick'em site. So maybe now you start playing an underdog more. Throw them in the chat. Always open to talk PrizePicks, underdog, jock market, whatever you guys want to do. All right, enough about that. We're gonna pull up PrizePicks. I just refreshed my PrizePicks dashboard and just waiting on everything to load up here. So as soon as that is on the screen, we can move on. All right, 21 of you on the stream. Truly appreciate that. 16 minutes in, 21 viewers on the stream. Love that. Hit that like button on your way in. All right, where do we leave off in the chat? Gilbert, did I say what's up, Gilbert? Gilbert, what's going on? Good morning. All right. Gonna pull up. What is the first player prop in the chat that was asked about? I'm gonna make sure I get that one first. I think it was Daniel. What's going on, man? It said Butler needed to get you one more assist. What did you take on his assist? You took his demon assist, or you took his OG assist? Demon assists were at 6.5. He got his demon rebound at 6.5. Damn. That was a really close game yesterday, and bam, nobody really went off for Miami. Like they were all pretty, like they were all like in the 30s. Rozier, Butler, and Adebayo were all in the 30s. All right. I think the first one I see is this Luka question by Daniel. From Daniel. It says Luka PRA. What the hell did I just write? 49. You looking at the over or under? It's, man, anytime you get Luka under 50, I know the matchup against the Celtics is we'll talk about the matchup on paper, but honestly, these types of games are really good to watch, and I think these are the types of games where the superstars, if they play, are in play, despite the good defense. But yeah, I'm assuming you like the over on that one. Since we're in that game, one of my plays on my cheat sheet, if it's still up on the board, is Jason Tatum points and rebounds at 34.5. I like that one. Jim says his two plays are Herb Jones. Those are his plays of the day. Jim is getting his plays of the day in here super early, so I'll make sure I note that. 15.5. That's both on PrizePicks and Underdog. And then you like his PA also? We'll take a look at his PA when we head over to props.cash. I want to make sure we're saving space on the board, but we'll look up both of those props. Paris Black wants to take a look at Nikola Jokic or Vucevic. I guess it's Vucci main. Over. Damien, what's going on, Damien? Damien is I don't know how many of you are in the Discord, but Damien is on quite the heater. Damien has reeled off how many straight days of winning? 5, 6 straight days of winning on both PrizePicks and Underdog. Did Aaron Gordon dunks, Damien? Is that I don't think the Nuggets play tonight, right? Am I wrong? They do? Or do you mean his dunks from yesterday? Is that a play you played yesterday? Well, we all know to go for LeBron over 7 points per set, right, Jim? I wonder what they'll have his points at on Saturday. Honestly, I would be more willing to take the over on his first half PRA, first half points on Saturday, because probably something he gets done in the first half. Probably the first 3-4 possessions will be LeBron James, running ISO, or LeBron James setting it up. I can definitely see that first 5-6 minutes of the game being all about LeBron. Carey getting in the NHL play. I got a couple NHL plays on my cheat sheet also. Yesterday's after this round of player props, we'll talk about we'll recap our plays of the day. I don't want to wait to the end of the stream, but we'll talk about those. Got to recap those. We did pretty damn good on our plays of the day yesterday. All right, NHL. Sean Cotier. Under shots on goal. Okay. 60 says Ingram's points look solid. Let's take a look at his points. We at 5 right now. At 22. All right. Got an MMA play in there with Nurmagomedov in there over significant strikes. Nurmagomedov. Once you get the sound down, that shit's fun to say, that last name. It just rolls off the tongue. Nurmagomedov. All right. Hey, Jesus, good morning. Divine, what is going on? Good morning. We'll get to all these player props here in just a second. All right, we got our first round of player props up on the board. Luka, Tatum, Herb Jones, both PR, PA, Vooch, Sean, Couturier, and Brandon Ingram. We're heading over to props.cash to break all these down. Like I mentioned earlier, if you are not familiar with props.cash or you've heard of it but never seen it work or don't know how it works, we're going to go through all these player props using props.cash. So what better promo than to actually use the product in real time? Let's knock this NHL play out the way, and then the rest of the plays will all be NBA, and we'll just focus on those. So, not Courtney. What team does that dude play for? Boop. Sean. All right. Let's try first name. There you go. All right, so we're looking at the under on the shots on goal. 2.5, minus 114 to the under, minus 105 to the over. On this one, 6 out of his last 10. 3 out of his last 5. Only one game played against the Caps this season where he did go under. You take a look at his shots on goal. He's projected for 2.19. So you're getting favorable history against the team in terms of this season, one game played. And then you're getting favorable projections. Now, the odds that we're looking at right now are odds on what odds are these? 105, 114. Got DraftKings right here. DraftKings and BetMGM both have this at 105, 125. That's under. You got FanDuel kind of split down the middle, and you got Caesars giving you heavier juice to the under. So you got 3 out of the 4 sports books giving you heavy juice to the under. That one makes sense to me. So first play of the day, or first play on the board, we're looking at Sean Couturier under his 2.5 shots on goal. That's a Philadelphia Flyers versus Washington Capitals matchup. All right, moving into the NBA, we got 5 plays to break down. First play is going to be first 2 players are going to be from this Boston-Dallas game. So you got a couple storylines here. You know, you got 2 of the best teams in the NBA. You also have Porzingis facing off against one of his former teams. Dallas did him kind of dirty, I guess. Maybe there's a bigger chip on his shoulder against the Dallas Mavericks. Who knows? Let's look at Luka PRA, though. Luka had a day off between his birthday and today, so he shouldn't still be hungover. He should be okay. So you're getting his PRA at 50.5. Where? On FanDuel, PointsBet, DraftKings, Caesars, and BetMGM all have this at 49.5, and the odds are pretty much even. He's gone over this line 60% of his last 5 and 10 games. Plays the Celtics fairly well. One game this season, he went for 64 PRA. He's projected for 55 PRA. So listen, if you like the over on this one, you're getting it at the lowest line available right now at 49.5. You're also getting very favorable projections towards the over for his PRA. And then you're also getting positive game history, although it's just one game. It's better than no games, or it's better than negative game history, where he went for 64 PRA against the Celtics back on January. So this is actually kind of a recent game. Sometimes you can look at a game log and it's like at the beginning of the first week of the season. It's a little old. But being that this one was a month and a week ago, 5 weeks ago, pretty recent game. So yeah, Luka over 49.5 PRA. While it's the lowest line on the board, I think it's in play. Let's look at Jason Tatum's PR at 34.5. So here's another line that you're seeing at higher points over on FanDuel, PointsBet, while DraftKings and Caesars, BetMGM all have it at 34.5. You can see the odds difference at 35.5. It's pretty even, 118, 115 to both sides. But when we shift it to 34, minus 125 to 105. So those odds shift, basically 7 points. They take 7 points from the under and they add it to the over. Is basically what they're doing on this one. Caesars gives you 127, 108. 3 games against Dallas, 1 game against Dallas. Same game that Luka went off. Jason Tatum went off for 50 points and rebounds. Over his last 10 games, he's gone over this line in 50%. And over his last 5 games, he's gone over this line in just 40%. You're getting very favorable projections to the over at 36 PR. So favorable projections, favorable odds, low line on PrizePicks. That's an oxymoron. Low line on PrizePicks. But you are getting a pretty good line. So while it's at a low line, if you want to take the over on this one, this is your best opportunity to do so. Unless you have access to one of these sports books, then you play it there for sure. All right. Let's take a look at Vucci Main, 12.5 rebounds and assists. Three out of his last 5 games, he has crushed. Now, minus 120 odds to the under, minus 110 to the over on PointsBet. BetMGM has this at 13.5, giving you very, very heavy juice to the under. If you want to play the under on this, play it on BetMGM. Hey, sign up on BetMGM using my promo link and get that $150 in bonus bets and take the under on Vucci's 13.5. That's how you can knock that out. But if you're playing it on a sports book other than BetMGM, DraftKings, PointsBet, and Caesars all have it at 12.5. All 3 are giving you slight juice to the under, little bit of juice to the over, but most juice to the under. Games versus Milwaukee, pretty damn good, right? 3 games this season. All were in the beginning of the year, so first half of the year. First month of the season, Vooch went over in 3 straight games, 17, 16, and 15. If you think this trend follows this pattern of he goes down 1 every game, well, then this game he's projected for 14 based off that logic. And that still gives you the over on this one. Now, his projections today are at 13.69. So you're getting probably some of the best game logs versus a team you'll see today. For Vooch, where he's averaging 16.4 in those games. And that's including this dud back in 2022. You're also getting very good projections. The only reservation you have is the odds. So again, If you're an odds person, then you're looking at the under on this one. Although I will say, if you're looking to play the under on it, play it on BetMGM at the higher line. Or go over to a player pick'em site where you can adjust your line, adjust it to 13.5 and take the under there. Other than that, I think you can make a case for the over based off what we're seeing here for Vooch versus the Bucks. All right. Who is next? Herb Jones? We're going to take a look at Herb Jones' PR and PA. One game this year versus the Pacers. This was literally this week. This was an ESPN doubleheader game this week. 18 points and rebounds. I think the only difference now is that it switches where this game is being played. What is it? The Smoothie King Center, the Smoothie King Arena in New Orleans. 5 straight games where he's gone over this. He's averaging 20 in those 5 games. He's averaging 18 in the last 10. You already saw his numbers against the Pacers. On the year, he's projections. He is projected for 17 points and rebounds. His odds are all heavily in favor of the 15.5 outside of DraftKings. What DraftKings is giving you, DraftKings and BetMGM are giving you juice to the under, points bet over, Caesars over, and FanDuel over. Taking a look at his points and assists, projected for 15 on a 13.5 line. He's gone over this also in 5 straight games. He's gone over this in 9 out of his last 10. And the games against the Pacers, he's gone over this one time. One game, one time. In those games against the Pacers, he got you 14 points. So he literally went over his points and assists on points alone. And then he went over points and rebounds, 14 of those points and rebounds being points. So there's Herb Jones, points and assists. There's Herb Jones, points and rebounds. And then you can also look at his points alone if you want to look at that. In the same game, let's take a look at Brandon Ingram's points. 6-0 said that his points were in a good spot. Sitting at 22.5 over on FanDuel. Everywhere else, you're getting 21.5. If you have access to either of these sports books, any of these sports books, DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGM, PointsBet, take the over 21.5 there before you play it at 22 or 22.5. If you can only play it on PrizePicks, then let's take a look at it at 22 points, where he's gone over this line in both games played against the Pacers. Last game, 2 days ago, 30 points. Last 10 games for Brandon Ingram, he's hooked it 2 times out of those 10 games. He's gone over in 3. He's gone under in 5. Over his last 5 games, better. And you can see that ascension. Nice little staircase going up. 16, 18, 22, 24. Literally all of these games were separated by 2 points. And then he goes up to 30. If you think this trend continues, then he's on pace to score you 32 minimum. If you feel like there's some regression due here, as long as he doesn't regress under 22 points, you're in a good spot for the over on this one. But again, if you have access to a sports book, play it over on DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGM. Basically, take it anywhere for 21.5. And then your next best option will be 22 points over on PrizePicks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 6 up, 6 down. We like the over on Luka's line, Jason Tatum's line, both of Herb Jones, PA, PR. We like the over on Nikola Vucevic's rebounds and assists. We like the under on Sean Couturier's shots on, and then we like the over on Brandon Ingram's points at 22 on the dot. So boom. 6 up, 6 down. Landon, what's going on, man? Good morning. Landon, were you were in our cooking session a few days ago? Was it over the weekend? You took the over on Dame's threes. Was that you? You made a good case for his threes, and he came out in the first. I think he got it in the first half. I don't know if he got it in the first quarter though. That was a strong call. Fox assists, play of the day. Let me get those plays of the day jotted down just because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. And we are going to take a look at our plays from yesterday. If you played any of these, if you followed these, if you tell these, I put these over in the Discord for everybody to check out. Definitely check these out. You don't have to tell them all, but if you want to add a few to your slips, like I always say, our plays of the day, when we put our minds to it, when we combine our powers, a la Voltron, not Power Rangers, Voltron. Voltron was before Power Rangers. Yeah, when we Voltron this bitch up, our plays of the day are pretty good. Let's take a look at those real quick from yesterday. So, plays of the day. These were everybody's plays of the day. So let me get this off the screen. So you had Fred VanVleet going over turnovers. You had Fred VanVleet going over PRA. You had Devin Booker fucking it up with his assists. But you had DeJounte Murray going over rebounds and points. Points got bumped. Didn't matter. He had 20 at the half. Brook Lopez did not get his PR, but I got Murray in there twice. My bad. And then Jalen Suggs. Probably one of the slowest first halves you'll see, and then really picked it up in the second half. I think he got this on points alone. He had 15 points yesterday. So if you played any of these plays except for Booker and Lopez, then these work for you. If you played a combination of these plays outside of Booker and Lopez, then you swept your slip. So great job. Plays of the day. Let's run it back. Let's run it back today with these plays of the day. So far, I got Herb Jones over rebounds, points and rebounds, points and assists, and I got De'Aaron Fox in there at 5 assists, 5.5 assists for Landon. We will take a look at that De'Aaron Fox together to see what you think. Now, De'Aaron Fox is questionable tonight, so just keep that in mind. But we'll look at his play. If it's on the board, we're going to look at it. All right, what else? All right, we left off on the Ingram play. Carries Umar Nurmagomedov. Let's take a look at this one. Man, when I was doing my card videos, before I started doing player prop videos, I would open up products on my channel and review different cards, hobby boxes and things like that, which is super fun. But when I would purchase a hobby box or whatever of any UFC cards, pronouncing those names in real time, I don't get to edit that shit out. And so, man, some of these names threw me off. And Nurmagomedov was one of those. Not him, but there's quite a few Nurmagomedovs in the UFC or just MMA. So anytime I came across a name with like 18 syllables, I was just like, oh shit, here we go. But just like anything else, you practice until it becomes second nature. All right, so we got Nurmagomedov in there. 6-0, you want to go back to Lopez after he did everybody dirty yesterday? Wait, are the Bucks playing today? Yeah, okay. I did not know that. So yesterday, his PR, the other plane, we just talked about Vucevic. Not enough caffeine this morning. So yesterday, Lopez PR was 16.5. Now today's PRA is 17.5. So you can see that there's a bit of a discount there on his overall number. Let's take a look at Drew National Holiday over his 11.5 points. Daniel, I see Luka over 3.5. What is that? Threes? Goblin? Is that his threes? I don't think 3.5 hasn't been associated to Luka's name unless it's turnovers or threes. So he probably hasn't been like 3.5 maybe points when he was like 3 or 4 years old. 3.5. I don't see anything for 3.5 for Luka. Let me know what you're talking about in the chat. Let's see. Hey, Seuss, you want to talk about well, good morning, first of all. But yeah, you want to look at Scotty Barnes? What do you want to look at? Scotty Barnes. Can you talk about Scotty Barnes, please? Been making me some money lately. Yeah. Let me know what you want to talk about, though. There's a lot of props for Scotty Barnes up on the board right now. I would assume that his assists will probably be popular today. His rebounds be popular today. Let's throw his points in there, though, at 19.5. I think that's kind of a low line, but we'll look at it together, and then we'll look at a few different player props for him as well. Divine. Let's look at Zion's points. You got a few in there. Let's look at Zion's points. Zion has also been on a mission lately. Darrell, what's going on, man? Good morning to you. DF the God, good morning to you as well. Dante Too Famous, what is up? Yeah, I tell you what, we'll look at Zion's assists and his points when we head over to props.cash. We'll knock those out together. It was you, Landon. Okay. All right. Dame time. Yeah. He knocked down those threes super fast. Hessup Lee. What's going on, Hessup Lee? All right. Supa, what is up? Good morning to you. Blessings to you. Peace and blessings. All right. Listen, we got our second round of player props on the board. We're going to head over to props.cash, but here's what we're going to break down. We're going to break down De'Aaron Fox, 5.5 assists. We cannot break down this Umar Nurmagomedov because the MMA category on props.cash isn't on the desktop version. But this thing, Carrie, if you can, I know you did your research on this one, but can you put in the chat maybe what the discrepancy is across the boards? Like, what are you seeing that makes you like this one? Brook Lopez over his PRA, Drew Holiday over points. We'll take a look at Scotty Barnes points, Zion points and assists. That should knock out a couple there. Let me grab one more. Player prop in here from someone that's not on the board already, and then we'll make it an even 6 since we can't dig into that Nurmagomedov. DF, I don't think I have a prop from you. We'll take a look at Giannis's PRA. So we'll look at Giannis and Brook Lopez in the same game. We'll kick it off there. All right. We'll do Giannis and Brook Lopez second because I'm already on the New Orleans game. And we're going to look at Zion points and assists. So we'll do Zion points and assists, and we'll dip on over to Chicago and Milwaukee. All right, so Zion's points at 24.5. 4 straight games of going under. Games against the Pacers, 1-1. This game, again, a couple of days ago. Over his last 10, he's gone over this in 3 of his last 10. Maybe points wasn't the best one to start with. What about his PRA? PRA is slightly better odds to the over on his PRA. 5 out of his last 10 and 3 out of his last 5. Projected today for 0. Sometimes these projections take a few hours to upload everything. But in terms of his odds across the books, The positive you have here is that other books do have this at 35.5. So it is at 35.5 on FanDuel and BetMGM and PointsBet. So DraftKings, Caesars are offering this at a pretty low line for Zion. On PrizePicks, this is right at 35. So the odds will still be in favor of the over on this one. They got these kind of juiced up. Fully healthy New Orleans team. Got these kind of juiced up. I thought we'd get better odds on this one, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at his assist. Dante Too Famous likes the under on his assist. So building a case for Zion's assist. These are your bricks to build your case. Back-to-back games of under over his last 5. And then over his last 10, he had 5 out of 10. Now, we take a look at these last 5 games against the Pacers. New Orleans fully healthy, you know. Zion, Ingram, McCollum, Herb Jones. Trey Murphy's back, right? So you got a fully healthy team now. Valanciunas, Nance. So there are a lot of bodies out there now. We've seen his assists balloon up like this and then this. He's projected for 6 assists, and I don't know why we're seeing that. Is there a home court advantage here? There is a rumor in the NBA that the New Orleans Pelicans stat keeper does inflate stats. Like, he'll give the Pelicans players an additional assist or block or something like that. I don't know if he's been caught or reprimanded for that, but there was like a heavy rumor a year ago that this person would inflate the stats at home. So, I mean, over Zion's last 5 games at home versus away. I mean, it's a drastic difference, right? So if you buy into that, if you want to do your own research on that, go ahead. But there's a huge difference between Zion playing on the road and Zion playing at home, which now, after looking at this, I understand why his projections are so high and the odds are so bad. So just keep that in mind. Taking the under in his assist. Odds are really in favor of this under here. Literally every single book has this under. You can play this anywhere you want. They're all the same lines. Massive juice to the under on this one. It's funny, though, to see that huge difference in home games and away games. All right, let's go to Milwaukee and take a look at Giannis's. We'll look at Lopez PRA first, and then we'll take a look at Giannis's PRA. So Lopez is projected for just over 18.74 PRA. He has really disappeared over the last 3 games. 2 games prior to that, you can see what he did there. Over his last 10. Yeah, I mean, up until that Denver game, Brook Lopez was on a really nice streak there of in 7 straight games of 19 or more. Against Chicago, pretty good numbers. 2 games this season, 1 up, 1 down. He's averaging totaling 41 PRA in those 2 games. That's an average of 20.5. So he's going over his line today on his game average against the Bucks or against the Bulls. Odds do like this one. Odds like this a little bit more to the over than they do the under. So it's in play also. So keep in mind how different of a line you're getting today in comparison to yesterday, where his PR alone was 16.5. Now his PRA is at 17. So it's still just a 1 point difference. Just take the PRA. Give yourself that extra wiggle room. If you're interested in his PR, Pretty similar results. Identical results, actually. But the better odds are coming into the PRA. Let's take a look at Giannis's. Let's take a look at Ugo PRA. It's only one out of his last 5 games where he's gone over 42. He needs 48 today. His PRA is set at, let me pull it up. $47.5. Yep. Over his last 10 games, Giannis has gone over this in just 2 out of 10 games. Against the Bulls, crushes. So, both of these games were at home. Hold on. You know what, guys? My apologies. My apologies. I had the home split on from when we were looking at Zion. Let's look at Lopez again very quickly because I had the filter on. So over his last 5 games, Lopez 4 out of 5 games overall, not just at home. 70% out of his last 10 games. Games against the Bulls. Okay, yeah. So you're still getting very good results on this PRA, but I just want to make sure you see the bigger picture with all the games, not just the home games. Sorry about that. Still, nothing changes with the odds, nothing changes with the projections, and nothing changes with his game logs. We're just seeing more green. We're seeing more green, which is a vote of confidence for you if you feel like the over is where you want to go with this one. All right, now we go back to Giannis. So we look at his games against Chicago Bulls. Now he has gone over this in 2 out of 3 games this season. Overall, he's gone over this in 4 out of 6. Over his last 10, he's gone over this in 5 out of 10 games. Way more green when we open up those filters. And then over his last 5 games, 3 out of 5 games. Just curious. On the road over his last 5 games, 4 out of 5 games. And then on the road over his last 10 games, 7 out of 10. Head-to-head games against the Bulls on the road, not as good. So you're seeing better numbers overall against the NBA over his last 5 and 10 games on the road, but against the Bulls specifically, you're not really seeing a whole lot of green there. But overall, very good numbers for Giannis. Now his projection today is only 41.5. And then when you look at his odds, nobody knows what to do with this damn odd. Every book has this pretty even down the middle at 115 to each side. FanDuel 113, 115. That is a very low. That was a very low number for Giannis. 41 PRA projection. It's not as bad as I thought. I know he has not had the same success this season as he did last season because Dame is there, but his game log is just 50-50. You know, I thought it'd be a little lower than that. I guess this being a road game and better competition than it was against the Charlotte Hornets, where back-to-back games against the Hornets, he didn't even crack 40 PRA. He wasn't needed to do anything more than that. Maybe against the Bulls, it's a stronger game and it's a road game, so it could be that bit of a difference to see him go over that one. All right, let's take a look at De'Aaron Fox's assist. Now, De'Aaron Fox is questionable today, so just keep that in mind. De'Aaron Fox assists projected at, giving you a line of 5.5, projection of 6.71. That's a season. Let's look at his head-to-head games against the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he's gone over in 5 out of 6 games. 2 games this season, he's He's averaging 9 assists in each game, 12 and 6. Over his last 10 games, De'Aaron Fox has 5 straight, 7 out of 10, 100% over his last 5, 70 over his last 10. He's averaging 7 and 6. Odds for this one on FanDuel are in favor of the under, while DraftKings has it in favor of the over along with PointsBet. And then BetMGM has this at -130 to the under, Caesars -127 to the under. I'll make a bold prediction today and say that if De'Aaron Fox doesn't play, then he's definitely going under his assists. So you heard it here first. That's my hot take today. All right, let's talk about Scotty Barnes. And then we'll talk about Jrue Holiday last. So the question was, can I please talk about Scotty Barnes? But a prop wasn't given. So I chose his points because I thought his points being under 20 was a pretty good line. At 19.5, he's gone over this in 3 out of 5, 4 out of 10. In his head-to-head matchup with the Warriors, only one game this year to look at, and it's not a good one. 6 points against the Warriors. Now, he is projected for 23 points. You don't need him to score 23 points. You need him to get you 20. You don't get extra money in your account for every additional point he gets. At 20, you're getting really, really heavy juice to the under, while at 19.5, you see FanDuel and PointsBet kind of have this split down the middle. Pretty even odds there. Now, that game against the Warriors was on the road. Let's take a look at what he's done at home. So that game, his rookie year, was that his rookie season? No. Yeah. Was it? Who cares? It's not this year. Over his last 10 home games, Scotty Barnes is averaging 21 points. He's gone over this in 6 out of 10 games compared to just 19 points and a 40% hit rate when you look at it overall. So definitely playing a bit better at home. Projected again for 23 points. Rebounds are usually in play as well, although these are getting bumped up, so you're no longer getting any value out of this. But at 8.5, he is getting nice odds to the over. He's averaging basically 10 rebounds in his last 5 and 9 in his last 10. His projection is 9 rebounds. Let's take a look at Jrue Holiday. Points, 11.5. Jrue Holiday is projected to just squeak by at 11.87 points today. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? If he gets you 12, who cares, right? He doesn't need to get you 30. 12 points. Can he do it? Well, he's doing it. He's gotten you 12 in 2 games straight. He's gotten you 12 points in 6 out of his last 10 games. He's gotten you 12 points in 3 out of his last 5 games. Only 2 games against the Bulls and Brooklyn Nets where he didn't go over. Projected again for 11.87. Matchup on paper, decent one against the Mavs, allowing the 20th most points in the league at 118. And you look at Jrue Holiday's odds. DraftKings and Caesars both have this at 11.5, and they like the over. You see there, 130, 131. FanDuel also has it at 11.5. They're giving you more of an even split, 115, 111. PointsBet, BetMGM already have, but this bumped up to 12.5. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jrue Holiday get a bump up here at some point. But yeah, definitely like the over at 11.5 for Jrue Holiday. And look at that shit. Brook Lopez just got bumped up to 17.5. So, or 18.5 from 17.5. So now you have a decision to make. He is projected for what, 20 PRA? So if you think that he gets you 19, then you're still liking the over on this one. We'll leave it as over for now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to screenshot the first three, even though we didn't break down Nurmagomedov. And then I'm going to take him out. I'm going to screenshot these three. I'm going to clear them, and then I'm going to add Giannis's PRA. Even though we broke him down already, I'm going to add him into the next line of screenshots. Ooh, all right. Round 2 done. So if you're just joining the stream, thank you for being here. Appreciate y'all being here. 28 viewers on the stream right now. That like button on your way in means a ton. What's going on, Steven? Good morning to you. Oh, yeah, Ruben. Said he was going to go down to the arena and have a chat with Boncaro. It seems like it worked out. Hit that like button on your way in, means a ton. Let's break down another group of player props. I got Giannis in there already, though we already broke him down. I'm just going to include him in the next line of screenshots. Throw in the Discord. Oh, damn, you were talking about Butler over 3.5. Okay. Darrell, you like Curry to bounce back today? Well, bounce back in terms of assist. Double-double yesterday for Stephen Curry with 11 rebounds yesterday for Curry. 11 and 31. We talked about his points, right? You took the over on his points. We talked about him struggling, and at some point you got to stop struggling, right? He's too damn good of a player. We saw the positive regression again. We talk about this all the time. We love taking those player props when the chips are down because everybody's already, got their mind made up, and then the numbers show it. The books have to adjust the lines, and you're going to get the most value. Now look at his points. Got bumped up to 28 today after that game yesterday. So if you're going to wait and see what happens, you're going to wait too long, and what's going to happen is you're going to miss out on the best line. So if you played it yesterday, you got the over. Now we're going to look at his assists, because yesterday he had a whopping 1 assist. So maybe we see some regression, some positive regression today with his assist. Porzingis, I see asking about Porzingis. Over 20.5 points. Duran under rebounds and assists. What else we got? Oh, yeah, Divine. Yeah, Curry could have had 40. Yeah. I mean, Kuminga was also eating too, man. Kuminga had a really good game. Chris Paul came through over his points. Nice game for him. Oh, that's a good observation. But Paul's not starting, right? So Paul's coming off the bench right now. So Curry's still running point. What we can do is we can look at Curry's numbers with Paul. Well, no, we can't even do that on props.cash because it won't let us see the starting roles. That's another one too. Kuminga under his assists, product of CP3 being back. That's a good observation too. Buddy Hield assist over. All right, let's see. Carry Call of Duty play. Maps one, first 3 map kills at over or under 15.5. 4.5 sportsbook difference for the under on that one. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Mike. Now he needs 7. We talked about on Saturday possibly looking at his first half PRA or his first half points. Seeing him get that record in the first half of that game against the Nuggets. Kerry said Nurmagomedov had a 5 projection difference with other sports books. Have him at 54. His line's at 49.5. Okay. There you go. Appreciate that, Hessup. Hesup, or Hessup. Double E is the long E, right? Hesup. I could be just completely fucking up your name. Just let me know in the chat. Let's take a look at Santé Aldama. I love these as this chat evolves, as our player prop knowledge evolves. We go from NBA to MLB to soccer to NHL to MMA, and then our slip starts to look like this, like a mystery bag of candy. All right, let's take a look at Santé Aldama. Jackson's out. Yep. Did I miss that on the injury list? Does that injury list need to be updated? It definitely needs to be updated because Jaren Jackson was not included in that first round, but he got ruled out yesterday. So Jaren Jackson is done. Well, not done, but he's out. Ah, gotcha. All right. Any slip or any player prop for Aldama. I'll tell you what, let's look at his against the Trailblazers. Look at his PRA. We'll look at a few of his props. All right, so let's throw one more in here because Giannis is just on the board so we can get him in screenshots. Let's look one more. I tell you what, since we're looking at Santé Aldama, let's go ahead and take a look at let's look at Vince Williams' assist. Do we got Buddy Hield in there for you, Rivera? We'll look at both of those. All right, we're gonna run 8 player props in this round of player props, and that'll more than likely be it. So we can start transitioning over to your plays of the day. If you already know your play of the day is, throw it in the chat. And let's get this going. So I guess we'll start off with Kristaps Porzingis points because that's already on the board. 3 of his last 5 games. 60% over his last 10 overall. So back-to-back games of 22 or more. Last 5 games, 3 out of his last 5. And then against the Mavericks. So no games to look at. Has he not played the Mavs since being on the Wizards and Celtics? So no worries. Matchup on paper is fine. Matchup is in favor with those points being kind of high, 118 per game. We talked about this already with Drew Holiday. Projection for Porzingis is right at 20. So we take a look at the odds. You can see the odds at 21.5 on DraftKings, and Caesars like the under. Literally every book except FanDuel has this at 21.5. So FanDuel is your best bet for sportsbook. PrizePicks still has it at 20.5. don't know where you can find it any lower, if it's lower on Jock Market or Hot Streak or Underdog. If you just want to take the under, take your spot. Pick your spot on these. All these books have it for the under. At home, Kristaps Porzingis over his last 5 home games has gone over this line in 4 out of 5. He's gone over this line in 4 out of his 10 games at home. Is it 20 and a half or 21? It's 20 and a half, right? Yeah, I clicked on the wrong odd. Okay. I like it as long as it's 21 and a half. At that point, you're getting the best line. Anything over than that, the line starts to shift. The odds are not in your favor. Not saying that he can get you 22 points, but you're just trying to find the best odds. Just trying to find the best line possible. So at 20 and a half is definitely in play for the over. If you want to look at just Luka's points, 3 out of his last 5. 5 out of his last 10 against the Celtics. 1 game this season, he went for 33 points. Projected for 35 points. This dude is just on a mission. Honestly, you could also look to Luka's first half PRA. That's against Boston. But over his last 10 games, first half PRA. And then you can look to his first half points. Maybe his first half fantasy points, but Luka will turn the ball over, so that could be costly in terms of fantasy points. So if you're going to go first half, I think the strongest line is his first half PRA for Luka. All right, let's take a look at Buddy Hield's assist. And then we'll go into Aldama and Vince Williams. So Buddy Hield assist sitting at 13 and a half. If Buddy Hield assists were at 13 and a half, I'd beg you to take the under on that one. But at 3.5, he's getting you minus 120 odds to the over, 106 to the under. He has gone over this line in 8 out of his last 10 games. He's gone over this line in 4 out of his last 5. And against the Charlotte Hornets, only 1 game to look at as a member of the 76ers. The rest of these games were as a Pacer. So really not a whole lot to look at here that's relevant to today's game. Charlotte's defense allowing bottom of the league in assists, 28 per game. He is projected for 4.25. At 3.5, FanDuel's giving you minus 120 odds for the over. DraftKings is split. Caesars is giving you minus 125 to the over. BetMGM is 120 to the over. And PointsBet is 120 to the over as well. Buddy Hield's assists look good. All right, let's go to Memphis. Let's talk about Santi Aldama first. With no Jaren Jackson, we may have to filter out some things to see what this looks like. See what that sample size looks like without Triple J in the lineup. Dude, look at all these names out for the Grizz. Okay, so without Triple J in the lineup, over his last 10 games, Aldama is averaging 12 points. Over his last 5 games without Triple J in the lineup, he's giving you 15 points. These are relevant. Well, not really. Fuck. These 2 games are the only games this season. These games are from last season. So 13.5 points. Let's look at his PRA. I think that's what I had on the board. Last 2 games. Tough matchups though, right? New York and Milwaukee. Tough matchup against New York because of the style of play, but tough matchup against Milwaukee because they're just a much better team. And anytime you're just getting the shit kicked out of you, you're losing by a bunch of points. You never get into a rhythm. You never get your full minutes. You never get your shot down. It's really hard to produce and go over lines when your team is down 20 plus points. Like it's like, let's just get out of this game. Let's just like finish this game and wrap it up. They're already looking forward to the next game. So games like that are really tough. to produce. So these are bad matchups for him. His projection today is only 19.61. He's not getting good projections at all, but projections are they vary from site to site. You may see good projections on Number Fire. You may see bad projections on another site. I like his points, to be honest with you, today. Even though you're not getting the best game logs here, the odds are slightly in favor of that. With Triple J in the lineup, I mean, even though he's not going over in all those games without Triple J, look at what he's doing with him. Like, he's doing nothing. So just the fact that Triple J is not in the lineup has to impact his performance to the positive side. It's a very ugly game log to make a case for. It's a very ugly game to try to get sold on, like, the positive side of it. But just the fact that Triple J's usage is so high, and when you remove him, I mean, somebody has to score, right? You got Luke Kennard is doubtful. John Conchar is doubtful. You got two sharpshooters on that team. Two guys that contribute are going to be out. I mean, so a lot of this usage could fall to guys like Vince Williams and Santi Aldama. Gigi Jackson is questionable also. So just keep all that in mind. This doesn't look good. But the bigger picture is a little brighter. All right, let's take a look at Vince Williams over his assists, or under his assists, I believe was what the actual question was. So 6.5 assists is his line, minus 130 to the under. 2 out of the last 5 games, he's gone under, and against or over his last 10, he's gone over in 6 out of his last 10. Head-to-head games with the Trailblazers, not the best game. Now, games without Jaren Jackson in there, I don't know how much this is going to impact his numbers. Probably not too much. I would think it hurts his numbers a little bit because it's one less scorer. It's one less playmaker on the floor for him to dish. But without Jackson in the lineup, he's averaging 5.4 assists. These are 4 games this season. 14, 21, 26. 26 divided by 4 is 6. So he's averaging 6 assists in 4 games this season, play without Jaren Jackson, compared to basically 7. Yeah. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. helps Aldama, hurts assists for Vince Williams, points for Vince Williams. Maybe you want to look at his points. Much better projections for his points. This is what he's done over his last 5 games. And then games played without Triple J. Much better, right? So 5 games played without Triple J. Vince Williams has gone over this in 3 out of his 5 games. But look what he's averaging. He's averaging 15 points in those 5 games. These are 4 games played this season. 37, 47, 54, 60. 60 divided by 4 is what? 12? No, not 12. 15? I may have just outmathed myself. 6 plus 17 plus 19 plus 18 divided by 4. $15. So he's averaging 15 points in these 4 games this season without Triple J. 11 with Triple J. We'll make a case. Under on his assist, over on his points, over on Aldama's points. I think those are 3 solid plays. Factoring in all the other injury news you have to keep in mind. Conchar, Kennard, doubtful. GG is questionable. All right, that's way too much time on Grizzlies. Also keep in mind they're a really, really bad team. Really, really bad team. And sometimes they just get beat really badly. So let's not forget the fact that you're talking about one of the worst teams in the NBA you know, try not to load up your slips with a bunch of Grizzlies today. All right, who else was on here? Was it Curry? 4 assists. Factoring in Chris Paul is now back in his lineup. Let's look at this. Let's look at the season. Curry's averaging 5 assists on the year. Can we not take Chris Paul out? Is he not included in this? Doesn't look like we can. Okay, well, let's just look at what we can look at. Over his last 10 games, Curry's gone over this in 7 out of his last 10, minus 120 to the over, 106 to the under. He's averaging 6. Over his last 5, he's averaging 5. These 2 games were played with Chris Paul, 6 assists and 1 assist. So 3.5 assists average in these 2 games. Projected for 5 assists today. So he's projected for right around 5 or right at 5. And then in terms of his odds, positive odds to the over on FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars is giving you little juice to the under, as is BetMGM, and then PointsBet giving you similar odds to FanDuel and DraftKings. Yeah, I wish we could take Chris Paul in and out so we can like create the sample size, but we can't, which is unfortunate. All right, let's look at Jalen Duren. Detroit versus Cleveland. Jalen Duren, we're looking at the under on his RA sitting at 13. You're going to find it for 13.5. So minus 128 to the over at 13.5. This one was getting juice to the under 5 straight, averaging 16 in those games, averaging 16 over his last 10. Against the Cavs, however, Cavs are his kryptonite. 2 games this season, 13-9. Now, with the line being adjusted to 13, this is a push. His projection today for rebounds and assists is 14.65. Now, his odds are pretty even across the books. 128, 125 at 13.5. And then at 12.5 on DraftKings, Caesars, and BetMGM, you're getting 140, 148, 125. So now that it's at 13, I don't know what they'd be at. Probably like 115, minus 115 to either side. That's a really hard. That's a really hard game log to look away from, to take the under on. But man, you got to keep in mind that his games against Cleveland have not been this. A completely opposite result. Got real close there, but fell short here. Also, I don't know if Mobley or Allen were out this game. That makes a huge difference, having both of those dudes in the lineup. I don't know what this looked like for their health, but there's Jalen Duren, 13 rebounds and assists. Play it at 13.5 if you can find it. If you're going to play the under, look for it at 13.5 first, and then take it at 13 on PrizePicks or wherever else you're playing. All right. 6 up, 6 down. Round 3 is complete. Let's get into our plays of the day. Let me just screenshot these plays real quick. Whoops. All right. Woo. 3 up, 3 rounds up, 3 rounds down. All right. Let's see. What I miss? Dante said, Kristaps hooping, people who play the L team go crazy. Sometimes, yeah. Let's see. Mike says, by the eyeball test, LeBron only plays about 7 minutes in the first quarter, needs 9. He'll get it in the second quarter where he plays the entirety. Capitalize with Aaron Gordon rest. Look out for that prop. Yeah, first half LeBron is in play on Saturday. Links, what's going on, felleritos? Fox and Herb Jones, first half PRA. Yeah, let's take a look at those real quick. Throw those plays of the day in there. And if you haven't done so, hit that like button. Here are plays of the day so far. We don't have too many so far. We got both Herb Jones over 15.5 rebounds, points and rebounds, points and assists. De'Aaron Fox assists if he plays. We got play of the day from Kevin. What's going on, Kevin? Good morning. Play of the day is Nembhard under 13.5 PA. All right. Let's look up those first half props. Fox and Herb Jones first half PRA. Now, Fox is questionable, so just got to keep that in mind. Let's see what we have here for first half PR. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, 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 bump. Basically, everything with 0.0 has been bumped. Herb Jones has been bumped, but we'll take a look at it anyway. Fox. Did I just scroll past him? 17.5. All right, let's take a look at Herb Jones. Only 9 PRA. You saw what he was doing with his points and rebounds, points and assists. So let's take a look at his points, rebounds, and assists for the first half. Let's bring this down to 9. So Herb Jones has gone over this in 3, 6, 7 games. Under 2, push 1 over his last 5 games. 4 out of 5. Simple high level view. If you want to take a look at his PRA and kind of figure out where that line needs to be, if you're getting any value out of it. So his PRA is projected for 19. That's 9. It's 9.5, right? You saw it at 9.5 earlier. We needed to bring it down to 9 to match what PrizePicks has. So at 9, you're getting a bit of value here for the over. Because in order for him to get 19, he would need 9.5. So you can look at it that way. You can look at his game logs and say it's very consistent. All these games are recent. Looks strong. Starters are in and out, right? Ingram sat, McCollum sat. Now they're all healthy. It doesn't seem to really bother him too much. Let's take a look at Fox. Now, Fox's full game PRA is 17.5. So, excuse me, Fox's full game PRA is 34.5. So this is like pretty, that's pretty in line with what his full game is. It's not too far off. But in terms of his projection, he's projected for 41.67 PRA, which is kind of high for a road game against the Wolves. Over his last 5 games, this is what Fox has done. Over his last 10 games, this is what Fox has done. And then over his last games with the Wolves, he does have 2 games played this year. Maybe not high enough. 21. He's averaging 21 PRA in those 2 games against the Wolves this season. Now his PRA sits at 17.5. If he does what he just does against them, then he goes over this. You're not really going to get a discount on his first half compared to his full game. But when you look at the projection, if he's projected for 41, it's 20.5. You could say that's a little too low based off his recent games against the Wolves. So a couple of first half player props you can look at for the over. I'm sure Fox will get bumped up to 18 at some point. Herb Jones looks good. We do like his full game PA and PR. This is a solid way to correlate. He can get a lot of that points and rebounds, points and assists done off the books in the first half. He can get a lot of it, out the way in the first half. If you feel like that's the way it goes, then you're going over on this. You're going over on his full game stats, and that's how you correlate. Just keep in mind, just because a player does go over full game props doesn't mean they went over first half. You see this all the time where you get these lopsided performances where players start cold and then they end hot. So just, keep that in mind if you're trying to ladder a player's props. All right. What else do we have today? Plays of the day. We got Nembhard in there. We got Herb Jones, both props. We got Fox over assists if he does play. I'm throwing Jason Tatum in there over his full game, 34.5 points and rebounds. I really like that one. I really hope Luka plays. I think that'll be a fun matchup. If Luka doesn't play, then I don't know. Hopefully the game doesn't blow out on national TV. All right. Hour and 33 minutes in. We've done 3 rounds of player props. We've gone over injury news. We've gone over plays of the day. We've gone over turds of the day. We talked about links, promos to other pick'em sites, to other sports books to help you out if you are in a state where PrizePicks or Underdog is leaving. You got a lot out there outside of PrizePicks. I'm going to scroll up one more time to make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. 32 viewers on the stream. Appreciate y'all being here. Hit the like button on your way out if you didn't get a chance to do it on your way in. And we'll be back Monday. We'll be back Monday with a new live stream, 9 a.m. on Monday. Monday through Friday, we stream live here on the channel. Weekends typically don't do any content, although I am pretty active in the Discord. So I'm going to get my sports trivia YouTube shorts out there today and over the weekend. I'll be sharing my picks and slips in the Discord over the weekend. So even though we're not doing any content on the channel, you can still find me over in the Discord. Consider subbing up to the channel if you haven't done so. Hit that like button. Also, click those notification icons so you don't miss out on future live streams like this one. Oh, protected play, protected Friday, protected play, flex Friday, whatever PrizePicks is calling it now. Yeah, I'll share my protected play in there. What I really want to do today, I want to try something out. I want to do a bit more correlation. I want to attack one game with this slip, and I want to attack a pretty good game that won't blow out, and just stack it up with 5 to 6 players in that game, and then just try to leverage that upside and leverage pace of play for my protected play. So I think I might go that route with today's play, and I'll try to get that out to you guys in the Discord within the next couple of hours. But that's going to do it, everybody. Appreciate y'all being here once again. As I always say, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope all your player props respect the damn coin. We'll be back Monday morning, 9 a.m. Until then, have a great weekend. And Chavez is out.